I'm looking back at the albums I heard growing up, but not like Band on the Run or Birth of the Cool, just the deeper cuts. So here are the albums that made me. When hip-hop broke into the mainstream in the early 80s, I was all about it. If you were to come over to my grandmother's place after school while I was living in Wauchula, you would likely find me practicing breakdancing. Believe it or not, I actually got to be pretty good at it, though I doubt I could do any of it anymore. Anyway, the music I would be playing would likely be Roxanne Roxanne by UTFO, Jam On It by Nucleus, Egyptian Lover, Houdini, Fat Boys, Grandmaster Flash, but especially Run-DMC. Hard Times, Rockbox, and especially It's Like That. Those are all favorites of mine from the handful of tunes that would come to me through friends, movie soundtracks, MTV, and the like. So one day on a trip to Sebring, I stopped at Specs Music and got myself a cassette copy of Run-DMC's newest album, King of Rock. And it quickly became one of my favorites. One thing about their music that I don't know I could have pointed out at the time was how much their beats depended on a background, or at least an understanding, of rock. While other hip-hop artists would create their beats from drum breaks on funk and R&B records, or program sequences from a Roland 808 augmented with bass lines made largely of analog synthesizers, Run-DMC leaned heavily on heavy drums, heavy guitar sounds, lots of reverb, lots of distortion, and King of Rock has these kind of textures in abundance. Plus, I mean, they do come correct. The cuts are on time and the rhymes do in fact connect. The standout tracks for me are the title track, King of Rock, and Can You Rock It Like This? Final analysis. Is this an album I still like? I'm not sure, honestly. Hip-hop has changed so much since 1985 that it feels a bit like going back to Buddy Holly and the Crickets after spending the past several years with Tool or Dream Theater. It's almost hard to believe it's the same genre. Is this an album I still spin regularly? It's not, no. Would I recommend King of Rock? That's hard. It meant so much to me back in the day that I feel like it's a unique and important part of music history, but it might be hard to hear with today's ears.
Little kid sticks his finger in